Morning. My name is Sandra from HippoLogic, and today I thought I wanted to do a live and say hi to you all. Thank you for being in the group. And today I would like to give you 3 tips, 3 things that you can do in order to develop your horse training skills and become a better horse trainer. The better trainer you are for your horse, the better your relationship will be. Because when you can offer your horse clarity, there's less frustration. When you can keep him in learning mode, you will see the goal behavior quickly, and that motivates you, and that motivates your horse, and then you are in an upward spiral. There's 3 things that you can do to pay attention and advance your skills. So the first tip is differentiate. I will explain that. Then the second tip is finding the right questions to your struggle, which is like a skill in itself. I will explain what I mean. And then the third one is make sure that your implementation of your knowledge is easy and sustainable. So those are my 3 tips. Let's talk about differentiating. What do I mean with that? Like make a what's a word? Not make a difference. Yes, separate the information from the knowledge and the experience. People confuse this all the time. They think I buy the book and I have the knowledge. And some people even mistakenly think that when they have the knowledge that they have the experience. So the information is, for example, you have to sit straight on your horse. Let me see, so how many times have you heard sit up straight, chin up, heels down? That's information. Did it help? I don't know about you, but it didn't help with me. I've been shouted at hundreds, no, thousands of times in like decades of riding lessons. Sit straight, chin up, look forward, heels down. Let's see your girl. Did it help? No, it did not help. This was information. I can't read my own handwriting. This is information, and it's not only information, it's the wrong information. They didn't tell you how to implement it. So that's the difference, and that's what I do different. At least that's my aim, to do it differently. I don't want to give people information. That's why I'm reluctant to sell online courses without coaching, because I know the struggle is not in the information. The struggle is in the implementation and also in the knowledge. So first you have information, that you need to sit straight on your horse, and then the knowledge is how to do that, and then the experience is it doesn't work. I can't sit straight with the information that I have. That was my personal experience. So then you have to learn to ask better questions. The better your questions are, the more it speeds up your learning process. Don't be afraid to question the method or the information that you get. I always encourage people to ask questions, critical questions, because it also helps me. Because if you have to teach 20 people at the same time, hour after hour, to ride horses, yes, you slide off to sit straight, heels down, chest forward, but it doesn't make you a better rider. So in order to find the questions that you need to solve your struggle, like for me, I was unbalanced, but I didn't call it unbalanced, and I didn't know it was unbalanced until I found the right mentor. And that's how I found it in centered riding, because the problem was not in the symptoms. The symptoms and the problem are different things. So the symptoms are that I was looking down, that I hunched, and that I pulled my heels up. Those were symptoms. Those were symptoms of my pelvis tipping forward. If you do that, you sit like that. If you tip backwards, you sit with a hollow back. Both are equally uncomfortable for your horse. So when my instructor put my pelvis balanced, I suddenly could move with my horse. My horse was not annoyed by me anymore. He didn't buck anymore. He wasn't easily startled or spooked anymore. And even when he made an unexpected movement, I stayed in the saddle, which they did wonders for my confidence, because suddenly I was a confident rider. Wow, that's amazing. Only because somebody was paying attention to my pelvis, because that was the cause. So you have to differentiate between information, sit up straight, then the knowledge. I know how to sit up straight because chin up, heels down, but it was wrong information. So if you then still struggle, you need to find a better question. How can I become a better rider? That was my question, and I stumbled upon centered riding. And I say stumbled upon, but of course it wasn't stumbling upon, because once I was looking for a way to become a better rider, because I was fearful, yes, because I was unbalanced, but I didn't recognize it. So in order to turn your knowledge into experience, which I did with centered riding, somebody put my pelvis in balance, and suddenly I had experience. I experienced what it felt like to be a balanced rider. Suddenly I had soft hands, my horses loved riding more. It all became so much better. So in order to speed up your learning process, which makes it also a better experience for your horse, is to find somebody who can help you with the things where you get stuck. But the challenge is to find your real struggle. So most people give me symptoms. Yes, my horse is a mugger. I'm afraid to start using treats in training because my horse will mug me. That's their experience. But I know, and I have the experience that when you teach your horse not to mug you, and you can teach your horse that within 15 minutes or less, that whole problem goes away. So some people get stuck there. They don't recognize they have a struggle, and having an open mind, or an open, not a fixed mindset, but a growth mindset, is that you're always looking for more opportunities to learn, and that way you really can learn faster, because you're always looking for who can give me the answers. So there's a you have to differentiate between the information. Ooh, I buy the book, I buy the course. Oh, this is an online course for horse training. Oh, I'm gonna do that. And that's how most people nowadays make money, because they sell the information. I'm doing something different, because I'm selling experience. That's my goal. So the information is you buy the course. Oh, I know introduction in clicker training. I have the information. That's step one. You buy the information, but you only turn that information into knowledge if you go through the course, if you actually read the book. I have some fabulous, very expensive, high-level dressage books here that I haven't read. So I have the information, but I don't have the knowledge. And then the knowledge turns into experience when you can implement. And that's a step even further. Like in the HippoLogic Academy, I don't only give you the information, help you get knowledgeable, but I help you with the implementation so that you can have the experience, because that is the most important part, and that's also a part that is the hardest to find. Where do you find somebody who can help you with the implementation? Because honestly, like, you can watch all the videos, you can listen to all the podcasts, you can read all the books, and then you go to your horse and you will experience that your horse says, I didn't listen to that podcast, I didn't read that book, I didn't watch that course, I do something completely different. And then you get stuck, and then you can get discouraged because it doesn't work. Yes, it does work if you have the step to implement. So, tip number one, differentiate between information, knowledge, and experience. The only way to get experience is to implement the knowledge, and then you make it your own. And you get the knowledge by finding the information. Let's see, I have another experience example. Yeah. So about if people tell you you will create a mugging horse, you will spoil your horse if you use treats in training, that's information. Yes, it's true. It's also true that a lot of horses are really, really safe by using treats in training. Lots of horses love it. Lots of horses will offer you all kinds of behaviors, and even your desirable behavior, like for instance trotting or cantering, if you use the treats in the right way. So yeah, the information is you can create muggers, you can create safe horses with treats. The knowledge is to differentiate, like, how do people create muggers and unsafe horses, and how do they create safe horses that are not mugging, that are not interested in the treats, but that are interested in learning and that are interested in what they have to do in order to get the treat. And then if you know how to implement that, then you get the experience, and that's how you advance your training skills. The best way to change your habits, because maybe if you have a habit of, oh, my horse is nudging my pocket, oh, he's so sweet, he knows I have an apple, I totally forgot, here's the apple. Or, don't do that, don't stop mugging. The horse still gets what he wants. In example number one, he gets the apple. In example number two, he gets the attention. Once you see how much horses will do for even negative attention, which is positive to them, because otherwise they wouldn't do it, you will get to see through the horse behavior what he's doing, why he's doing it, because it's a symptom. Mugging is a symptom. It's not, the treats are not the cause of the mugging. The cause of the mugging is that the mugging has been reinforced by the owner, by the trainer, by all other people in the barn. That's the reason. So if you know to enter or look for the right questions, if you can define your struggle, not the symptoms but the cause, then you're so well on your way to find the right person to help you, and it all gets speed up by finding somebody with more experience in that what you want to learn than you have. They don't have to be like decades ahead of you. One step is more than enough, and then they can help you. So you can do this with a friend. The difference between knowledge, information, knowledge, and expertise. So you buy the book, you buy the course, you have the knowledge. If you go through the book, the course, I usually, if it's a good book, I read it 2 times or 3 times before I start another book or another course, because I really want that information to sink in, because learning is repetition. Don't make the mistake that you have been through the course once and you know it all. And then use a system to implement. And I'm really a big fan of Atomic Habits by James Clear, because he really develops a system to change your own habits. And we all have habits in training. We preload, we have the treats in our pocket or in our hand before we click, and the horse learns to pay attention to your hand instead of listening to your click. And how to change your habits so you can become a better trainer and develop your skills, because that is a matter of changing your habits. So if you're not in the habit of exercising your horse, you know it's a struggle. You know it's a struggle to start. You start, you've exercised your horse 3 times this week, fizzles out, because it's not a habit. So how do you get into the habit is to change your behavior, so you can change, to help you change your horse's behavior. I'm digressing. I'm getting way too deep into all of this. So about mugging, I've talked about mugging. So this is what my goal is in the HippoLogic Clicker Training Academy, is not only to offer you the information and to help you gain knowledge, but also with the implementation. In all those years that I'm teaching, it's the implementation that is the biggest struggle for everybody, me included. It's like, yes, you know what to do. Oh, you know to sit straight. You know how to keep your heel, or that you need to keep your heels down. But if that's the wrong information, you never become a better rider. But also, if it's the right information, like when I learned to adjust the pelvis, like keeping it balanced instead of forward or backwards, then I became autonomous. I could correct myself. Ooh, my horse is like slowing down. That's usually because you're out of balance and you're against the movement of the horse. You're not moving with him, which is very uncomfortable for the horse, but also for the rider. So you need to grab onto the rein because you are unbalanced and unstable. Oh, I noticed that I'm clenching. Oh, what do I do? Breathing exercises, but also adjusting my pelvis. How can I check if my pelvis is in the right position? So when you have that knowledge, you can implement the new behavior, and that's what I'm so excited about. So therefore, I developed 6 skills for clicker trainers, which is not only they're useful for all trainers, all horse trainers, because it's about creating the habits so that you can coach yourself, basically. Because when people become autonomous clicker trainers, more horses feel better, more equine welfare is increased, more horse-human relationships are enhanced, and well, that's my personal goal, to help people with that. If you want to know more about the Clicker Training Academy, I have started a group that in that group I will specifically talk about the program for next year. There's 40 spaces only, because that's my maximum capacity to help people implement the knowledge. So then visit my group, Interest in Clicker Training Academy Program 2024. I will link it underneath this video. And now I've also explained why I always end my videos with happy horse training.